Hello, interwebs, and welcome to the second biggest thing to hit the internet since the Star Wars Last Jedi trailer.
Really?
Yeah. We're so close to having the same views as that. If we can find an extra couple 100 million people in the next hour. Well, like, it was a slow news week, so it was just that and us. And like 400 million people watched that. And when this one guy who followed a broken link found us in, it was Nebraska.
You done deluding yourself now?
No, that one guy was important. It was Wally T.
What?
Because, you know, since Teen Titans Go is going to get a real movie, I think we should.
I'm dumbfounded by that.
No, Pete. Teen Titans Go is the greatest thing.
I enjoy it for what it is.
Everybody's all like, oh, that other Teen Titans cartoon was like half-finished anime. Nobody cares. Everybody knows if you want to watch like a real Teen Titans cartoon, you watch Young Justice. If you want to watch the greatest thing ever to happen to the Teen Titans, you watch Teen Titans Go.
No.
Because, yes, that show is hysterical.
It is.
It is. It is the greatest thing. And it's so much better than that other Teen Titans cartoon. You know.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
No, it's amazing how wrong you are.
Damn you. Continue with what we're doing.
What we're doing is talking about how wrong you are about Teen Titans Go. So you can Teen Titans Go to hell! That was anticlimactic on multiple levels. Alright, lenticular cover. Doodle-doodle-doo. Lenticular ad. Hey, you know, Shadows of War, taking advantage of the lenticular. I'm Superman. I'm Superman. I'm Kal-El. I'm Jor-El. I'm Kal-El. I'm Jor-El. I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm alive. I'm dead. It's like a Cure song. I'm alive. I'm dead. I am the stranger. Anywho. The Oz Effect Part 3. Lois meets her father-in-law. Jonathan meets his grandfather. Clark is distracted, you know, saving the world. And Steve Lombard gets shot. Which is probably a long time coming. It's okay. He's not dead. He just got shot. I forgot how to speak.
Words.
I'm loving everything in the Superman universe right now. Plus, who cares? It's all leading to the most important event in all of Supermandom, which is where he says, I need to find out if this is true. Quickly, fetch me Booster Gold. Who, along with Blue Beetle, will be getting Pop Vinyl suit set. Yeah, so everything is good. Anywho, this continues to make you like the characters. Everything seems to indicate that he is really Jor-El, but nobody really seems to want to believe that, except Jonathan, because it's cool when all of a sudden your grandfather shows up and he's like a cross between Superman and Cable. He's like, I've got gray hair and a scarred half a face. Let's go do shit. And he's like, yeah. So, next issue is called the Battle for Superboy's Soul, which, you know, it'll be the second battle for Superboy's Soul if you count the one where they had to fight Manchester Black. What's this? Doodly doodly doo. Were we just talking about Superboy? We were. What could that possibly have to do with Detective Comics? Alright, so we've got Tim Drake, Red Robin, and Tim Drake, Batman from Titans Tomorrow, which was a story that Jeff Johns did in his Teen Titans run. This Tim Drake remembers being in his future, getting a call from Superman saying, Tim, it's Superman. And blah, blah, blah. But his Superman is Connor Kent, who doesn't exist in this timeline, which he eventually finds out when he tells our boy, hey, look, here's some advice I wish I'd gotten. Just patch everything up with Connor. Tell him you're sorry. Don't let that friendship sour. And Tim goes, who the hell's Connor? And Batman's like, what? Older Batman's like, what? Brother. Because he's got like a brother-eyed bat computer combo thing. And he's like, brother, check out the timeline here. Let me see what's going on. And he checks it and goes, holy shit, he doesn't exist. Which means he might be able to be free to break the cycle of him becoming him, because time's no longer locked because somebody fucked with time. So he's like, yeah. But unfortunately, Tim's now got the dilemma. He doesn't want to grow up and become him. But he can't really sit by and just let him alter that future, because in order to do that, according to him, he has to kill Batwoman. So there's a dilemma. But it also means that Con-El existed, but doesn't now. But just like, Wally didn't exist, apparently they don't actually get erased from time, they just get kind of removed from it. So we could have, when all of this is over, we could have the return of the Superboy. We've already got a Superboy, but I'll take two. We got like 2 Flashes and a Kid Flash, so I'll take 2 Superboys. Or hell, let's borrow a name from the future. Let's call Superboy Valor. I'm good with that. Good with that. If I could just have him in a t-shirt and call him Con-El. Fuck it. He'd be like, yeah. It's good. I don't need no secret identity, except for when I go to Clark's house for, Thanksgiving, because we're the Superman family books, and we do that a lot. Let's see. What's next on my reviewables? Metal. They keep teasing me, but everybody just runs around all over the damn place using the Plastic Man egg as a, GPS. Just open the egg. Also, I was only half kidding when I went and said metal, because music is how Batman is trying to communicate with everybody else from when he's trapped in the dark multiverse. And it turns out he and the Trinity, forget the rest of the Justice League, but Batman had devised a clever code for if any of them were ever in trouble, how to communicate with. You use the first initials of the other two. So if Bruce is in trouble, he would send out, DC, or CD, which is Clark, Diana. If Clark was missing, he would send out like DB for Diana and Bruce. World's Greatest Detective, ladies and gentlemen. He came up with this. So they get the message, but it turns out it's been inversed from people messing with it in the dark, and it wasn't CD, it was DC for Don't Come. But what's clever is one of the ways that it makes it through is with a song that's notes are just CD, 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 and that's na 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 na. Yeah, the boys are playing the old Batman song while Clark discusses how he's like, there's much more complexity to, he's like, it's a 3-chord song, Bruce. Superman songs, however, you have to build up to them. There's much more complexity. And, Lois is like, boys, stop fighting. We also get, as an added bonus, the Oblivion Bar is back, at least temporarily, as our Nightmaster and Bobo Detective Chimp. So in a world that can possibly have Detective Chimp, and that's really the important takeaways from this. There's Detective Chimp and Plastic Man. So all's right in the DC universe. X-Men Blue, another return. X-Men Blue number 13. This one features possibly the death of someone we just got, but I think she's on an upcoming cover, so I guess she may not be as dead as it looks like here. But
or another alternate.
Bloodstorm gets staked, but it's a metal stake, so who knows? Also, is this the one? They keep having all these little stickers, the old whatevers, but at the same time, gotta say the Doctor Strange one didn't look like Doctor Strange. It looked like Tony Stark with Peter Parker's hair, because they didn't color in they didn't give him the gray, and they gave him a full goatee instead of the hoop. So which Doctor Strange has, more often than not, but I always liked the Metallica mustache looking thing. But as a result, he looks more like looks like Peter Parker's hair on Tony Stark. But whatever, forget the stickers. Oh, the Bloodstorm. Ow! But along the lines, I get what they were trying to do. Just a little side note, but it does make me laugh that I'm like, okay, Marvel's been trying to present a more progressive feel to their books. So when they realized, yeah, we've introduced all these new diverse characters, all these new female characters, we've moved a bunch of our female characters to the foreground, and then someone pointed out, yeah, but Madeline Pryor's costume is just all boob. It's that whole unnecessary open. So they're like, you're right, we should make it a little more tasteful. So they closed their boob window. And apparently this is their answer. See, look, this couldn't possibly be sexist anymore. She's look, this is tasteful. My wife and daughter dress like this for church.
I could see Angie maybe.
Yeah, you wish you could. But yeah, it's the Goblin Queen look. I mean, they tried, I guess, but once they got it low riding enough that you start to get, you're like, okay, great job closing the boob window.
Open up somewhere else.
But then you removed her undergarments and slid her pants down, and her pants to be like her loincloth. To be honest, it's so you didn't move the chest piece as far as you thought you did. But that aside, Longshot came back, so I was very happy. Yay, Longshot! He seems to be talking like he's not a mutant again, which I guess is whatever. And it did bother me, one little discrepancy with Longshot. He shows back up, and where is he? Where is he? There he is. He's got the starburst like around his eye all the time.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be there all the time. He's not Shatterstar. He doesn't have a tattoo there. His just glows when he uses his luck. So, I mean, yeah, I suppose it's more than possible to believe that there are tattoo parlors in the Mojoverse. But, all in all. Amazing Spider-Man, Full of Parker, Part 1. Yeah, everybody hates Peter. This time it's Peter that's the menace, and Spider-Man is just a menace because of his association with Peter. But it was a setup that could mean more of a return to the press life. He made, Robbie Robertson, who wrote the Tear Peter Down story, and then Peter's like, how could he tell me? Because it was true. And Peter's like, yeah, it was. I'm sorry I yelled at you. I gotta go. But Robbie seems impressed with a little exchange that Peter has with one of his like tech reporters on the technology beat, and Peter's like, this, that, and Robbie's like, So there could be a little something there. Also, I got to tell you, for a guy who I've never been happy with. We all know how it felt on Brand New Day and One More Day and all of that nonsense, but I don't have a problem with the idea of Peter and Bobby. I don't have a problem with the idea of Spider-Man and Mockingbird becoming a thing. This also, Dan Slott knows his Spidey. He flashes back to like some vintage Spidey stuff with an old school Spidey style, old school party like the crew used to go to. Peter is crashing at Bobby's house, so to the point where, she says, it's not a good look for you, meaning his hair, but he says, don't blame me, it's your shirt. So yes, Peter Parker is wearing the Ask Me About My Feminist Agenda shirt that got so much press, good and bad, on the interwebs. That makes me happy. Also, at some point, she says, Bobby Morse is like, time to get on with your life, brand new day. And he says, don't say that. I just love Dan Slott. I've never met the man, but I picture him talking with, just all excited about you. And then I was going to do it. And it just seems right. Justice League of America, we get Ray Palmer's side of the origin of Ray Palmer being lost in the thing, and it's Jimmy's Bastards number 4. This is the James Regent is your James Bond stand-in, and he's had one-night stand-ins with like thousands of women, and all of the illegitimate offspring have teamed up to try and take him down. And he's a very droll, dry, smarmy British git. He's a bit, it's more, instead of, the Bond, James Bond, he's more of a quiet James Bond, So it makes me very happy. I like that book. Grass Kings continues to be just so, not at all a superhero book. Very much just trying to think what's a good way to describe it. It's like an expanded modern day Hatfields and McCoys with a little touch of like almost like a Sons of Anarchy without the motorcycles. They're just they set up the Grass Kingdom. It's a town separate from the rest of of everything. It is like its own little kingdom, and they don't pay attention to the laws of anything else around them. Not like in a total chaos way, just in this is our little thing. And of course, they're always at odds with the people around them. And this, save for last, this is my favorite surprise series and it became ongoing when it was supposed to be. This is Mech Cadet U number 3. I think it's been long enough that in the time that numbers 1 and 2 came out while we weren't doing shows. So let me tell you, it's kaiju versus mechs, but the mechs are semi-sentient. Nobody knows where they come from. They come from space. They come down to Earth, and they pick people to be their pilots. Cadet U wasn't really a cadet. He, like his mother before him, or his mother who still works there, were custodians at the training. But a damaged mech lands, and while one of the cadets is waiting for it to pick her, angry looking chick here, it picks him. And then, her father, who's like a big, has built the first man-made mech, and it's got some issues. And now that's what she pilots, and these are the training group, and the others have gone off to fight the space kaiju, but by this issue, one ends up right near the base, where the only ones left are the kids who just started training and aren't supposed to be going near any of that. But when it's crawling over you've got a giant pissed off, rock shrimp hanging out over Big Mart, what are you going to do? That's how it ends. What are you doing? We're doing our job, and they're going to go fight that thing. Hopefully their teamwork improves. So we got to see, what's going on with the damaged mech, what's going on with the with the first man-made mech that every now and then its eyes go red and it's just a complete dick. But then again, so is the general that is the other girl's father. He's a dick too. So it may not be a design flaw. It may actually be the intended design. But this is by Greg Pak and Takeshi Miyazawa and Triana Farrell. So Triana Farrell, and it's so good. It's just so good. So
sounds good. You
need to read that, and then you can post on one of these and go, "Oh my God, you were right about one thing." So you've reached your quota for life. And I'll be like, I can live with it. Peace.